Let's fucking know. Alright you guys, so like I said, today we are going to be making some sub buns. Little one is down for a nap. We're gonna use the bread maker anyways. We're gonna go through that. I'm gonna go through the first part with you. We'll go from there. We'll see if I screw up or if I do pretty good. We'll see. Now first rule, got the bib on, apron, not a bib, it's an apron. I have no idea how these loops work, so I'm hoping that's right. Hair needs to go slightly up so we do not get it in the food. I think we're ready. Oh, wait a minute. We are going to be having bread and wine, like Jesus. Now you're probably wondering, why did you do your hair up for this video? Honestly, we're doing photos tomorrow, and I don't know about you, but I always have to make sure that I'm gonna like how I look, or I won't like the photos. Going through clothes to see what I like best. And now I did the hair, see what I'm gonna want for hair. I'm actually not minding it back, but I know in a photo I'm not gonna like it. Let's get on with it. So as you know, I like to make my dough in my bread maker. For that reason is because I got little one, like I said before in previous videos. It's just easier if I have to tend to him. I can just leave the bread in here. It keeps rising, it keeps rising. Yes, it's kind of shitty to clean up, but it works. It's good. The one I have is the Hamilton Beach. I have no idea what series number or whatever the hell it is, but this is my bread maker. It's got all of your cycles here. And I'll show you, we will be putting it to 8 when we're ready. You can delay your timer, love size, whatever, but when you're doing just the dough setting, it doesn't do any of that. It does it for you. As you see, you click it. Let's just put it to 8 anyways. Is my recipe book. Every recipe I have done in 2021 that we've really liked, I have put in this book, and I just got it from Dollarama. I just really like using it for recipes. I find it works really well. Don't tell me I just lost my fucking page. Okay, there's the 2-hour bun recipe. I'm going to do it nicer. I'm going to put it right here for you. You can take a screenshot of that and you can write it down there. What I am going to put on the recipe is what I put in here, so it's enough for 2 people. I think it makes maybe about 9 buns, maybe 12 buns in total, and that is halved. First, 3 cups of warm water, not cold water, warm water. 3 cups is the full recipe, so I'm doing 1.5 cups. Just so you know, I don't measure very properly. The reason I don't do it proper because it's usually when I screw up. If you're like me, you can't do buns, you can't cook, nothing. I never like fully do it to what people say. Some things I do, but some things I don't. 1.5 cups of warm water. 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, there's my 1/4 cup. Press it evenly. Then I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I use my sea salt, and I just kind of do the same as the sugar, just a little bit. Now we need oil. We need 3 tablespoons of oil. I like to use olive oil. Lots of people use canola oil. It doesn't really matter. So 1, 2, and 3. We need 1 tablespoon at least. My one little piece of hair does not want to stay. Now for this, I don't usually use like a measuring tablespoon. I like to use my spoon. Why? Don't ask. Usually do it about there. If some falls in, it's good. Oh, that's sweet. I do a heaping, and again, I just kind of even it out in there. I don't use machine bread yeast. I did buy it once. I don't know if it was a bad batch or what, but it never rose. It would not rise at all. I couldn't figure out why, and it wasn't even outdated. It just, I don't know what it was. It was a bad batch, or I just can't make buns. But I like to use this guy. I need 1 egg. So just so you guys know, I like to shop local as I can, so I use the free run eggs from Co-op. I always make sure that they are in Canada. Some of them actually are in Alberta, Saskatchewan. Read your product labels. Usually it'll tell you where it is, but this just says Western Canada, so probably take it from like everywhere. So I'm gonna put that in there. Fucking never can crack these things. We need flour, so I'm gonna use whole wheat just because I like whole wheat better, to be honest. We are gonna get 4.5 cups. Now, I know a lot of bakers out there are gonna be really ticked off with me. I do not level my measuring cup when it comes to making buns or bread, because every time I would measure it off, my buns would never turn out to be too heavy. Yeah. So I am going to just do kind of a heaping, not like heaping, but like heaping about there. And then I just do a little bit, and then I can have some on the side. So this is what I like to do. I scoop it out that way. So 4 of these. I do 4, and then I do about that much more because I just put a little bit more of it in there and save the rest for later. Okay, so everything is in there. It's all piled on top of each other, good to go. One thing that I just realized, and I do recommend, spray your inside of your bread maker thing with oil. I haven't the past few times, and it's kind of sucked. I usually just let it sit, and I let the dough dry in it, and then it's easy to pick out if you forget. Lock her into position. Okay. And it is on the 8 cycle, and we're just gonna start. There you go, there's the first part. We'll see you in a bit. So, story time for you guys. Briefly here in the middle. I once, and you can see, okay, this is my flour. Let me put it in there. I left the bag open. In this house, we have a mouse problem. Mice like to be in our house, okay? But I think it was last year, I left one of the bread bags open. Mice like to crawl up that piping right there. Under the sink. I don't know why, we don't know how they're getting in, we haven't figured it out yet. One day, I went to go use the flour and make buns. I opened it up, just about put my hand all the way in, and I heard a squeak. So I took my hand out really quick, looked around. I was like, where the frick is this thing, right? I could hear him. He was squeaking. I happened to open the flour bag just a tad bit, and the mouse was in the flour. Ugh. And of course, it was a flour bag that was pretty much full. So you can imagine how pissed off I was. Well, there goes a whole bag of flour, because you ain't using that flour. Oh. Hey guys, so as you can tell, I am doing a cooking video today, and today we are going to make sub buns. These sub buns, I'm gonna make them a little thicker this way, if I can, but we're gonna make them smaller because they're probably gonna rise that big. I want them a little bigger than usual just because we're gonna use them for Philly cheesesteak tomorrow night. So now the buns have beeped. We're gonna take it out. I'll just show you guys kind of what it looks like. So it always comes up the top for me. It's just how it is. I don't know why. But yeah, we're gonna start putting them into buns, put them on the tray. I have made my sub buns. I'm hoping they turn out. I honestly went off the wind with these. I'm gonna cover these now, and we're gonna leave them for about an hour until they're at least a little double in size or as big as I want them to be. And then we're gonna stick them in the oven at 350. And And this little man's watching me do my stuff. Hey, we're teething, and I think we got a couple teeth coming through. Frozen teethers are really nummy. Set for 15 minutes. Okay, you guys, I apologize. I got sidetracked and I forgot to show you the finishing of the sub buns. So here is the finish. I think they turned out pretty good, my hand compared to them. So they're decent size, not too big, not too small. If you want to know size, this is a large freezer Ziploc bag. So it's about the size of that. We're gonna have them with Philly cheesesteak here tonight. If you want to know the recipe for that, let me know. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll see you next time. And let me know if anything you want me to try to cook. Comment down below. Anyway, besides that, see you later. Bye.